That if we equate risky play only to doing things like giving 2-year-olds power tools, we have completely missed the point. What we're trying to do with risky play is build these benefits of resilience, of exploration into our child's daily life. Hey, welcome back. I'm Harley, a pediatric occupational therapist and mum. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel to learn more about play and child development in these wonderful little years. Before we get started, I want to hear from you. What do you think is risky play in these little years, and what are the benefits of risky play? Leave me a comment below. So risky play, why do we allow it? Some of the researched benefits of risky play include building resilience and persistence, building confidence and self-awareness, developing motor skills, resourcefulness, curiosity and wonder, creativity, problem solving, and building emotional regulation. And some of the understanding behind this is when children engage in risky play, whether it be climbing to the top of the tree or playing a really good session of rough and tumble, they experience big emotions, but whether it be fear or anger, they're experiencing these big emotions and they're in a moment of play that they want to be in. So what this kind of teaches our children is that if they act on those emotions, say they're angry and they hit in a way that they shouldn't be doing, or they climb a tree and they get too scared and they let go, they'll fall. So they learn that they cannot let their emotion overcome them, that if they want to continue engaging in this play, they need to use their impulse control. They need to stop what they're wanting to do. They need to practice mindfulness. They need to practice emotional regulation. So what is risky play? Dr. Peter Gray breaks down risky play into 6 categories. Great heights, climbing that really tall tree, rapid speeds, racing down a hill on a go-kart, dangerous tools, handling something that you know could hurt you if you don't use it in a coordinated manner, dangerous elements like big bodies of water or fire, rough and tumble play, and disappearing or getting lost. I'm sure you have some memories around this when you were a kid, hiding in some cupboard or behind a bush and saying, Mom and Dad will never find me here, I'll be lost forever. I want to hear from you. What are some of your risky play memories when you were a child? Leave me a comment below. So risky play, we know the benefits, we know what it is. It all sounds great, right? But come on, we're not going to be giving our 2-year-old a power tool, are we? And I just want to say before we continue, no, I really think that if we equate risky play only to doing things like giving 2-year-olds power tools, we have completely missed the point. What we're trying to do with risky play is build these benefits of resilience, of exploration into our child's daily life. It's not about one big event of giving a power tool or something that honestly isn't safe for a 2-year-old to have. It's about slowly incorporating, taking small risks and feeling safe within them into our child's life. Dr. Peter Gray states that when adults pressure or even encourage children to take risks that they aren't ready for, the result may be trauma, not thrill. An ironic fact is that children are far more likely to injure themselves in adult-directed sports than in their own freely chosen self-directed play. So today I want to equip you with 5 takeaways, 5 tips that you can use to incorporate elements of risky play into your daily life for your little child. So the first one is let them move. Let them move. Let them learn to fall. Let them learn to fall, find their balance. I know that as a parent, it can be really hard to see your child tumble over if they ran too fast or have a bruise from knocking into something with their bike. But our children are not teacups, and I'm going to say it again, our children are not teacups. Neurologically, we know that every time a child has a self-initiated movement, they're either building new neural connections in their brain or they're perfecting ones that are already there. And that brain and body connection, you know, the actual way that our brain tells our bodies how to move is as important than any physical capabilities of the actual muscle. And that is especially true in these little years when brain development is just explosive. We need to allow our children to fall because the falling, neurologically, in terms of building that brain and body connection, the falling is as important as the times that they find their balance. Now, this could be small changes for you. It could be using a pushback instead of a stroller. It could be allowing your child to walk by themselves instead of carrying them. Maybe it's letting them go barefoot more often, or intentionally creating spaces within your home that invite your children into movement-based play. It's not about incorporating one magic pill type of movement that will suddenly propel your child into risky play, but about embracing the fact that movement is a good thing for our children and looking for ways to let them move as much as they can. Anyway, if you want to learn more about creating indoor movement spaces in your home, you can find my free guide down below. It gives you every kind of idea for incorporating movement into your home, whether you're in a rental or your forever home. Embrace free and unstructured play. Just like Dr. Peter Gray said, when children are self-directed and self-initiated in the type of play that they're engaging in, they actually learn what risk is good for them. They learn that small step of exhilaration or thrill and how to pull back to a place of safety. It's really important that we let our children engage in free and unstructured play, and even better if it's outdoors. There have been studies done that show that allowing our children this unstructured, independent playtime increases the amount of time that they'll play alone, bonus. It increases their social skills and it increases their emotional regulation. These are all such good things. In your home, this might be letting your child get a little bit more messy when they play before you interrupt them. It might be letting them practice throwing something really far. Number 3, building exploration into your family culture. Now, instead of saying all the time, be careful, let's ask a question. I wonder how that would feel. I wonder how fast your bike would go down that hill. When we teach our children to stop, be curious, explore, think about something before they do it, we're teaching them critical reasoning skills. And even in these little years, even when they don't have a huge vocabulary, if we ask a question first, do you feel safe? Is that really high? Or does that feel good to you? These questions build in our children a way to start thinking about their actions, to start having some kind of mental awareness of what their body is doing. Building curiosity and embracing this exploration into our home will do wonders for our children, but will also teach us as parents when we can step back a little bit. And that brings us to our next point, which is taking small steps towards building a relationship of trust. There was a study done in a preschool in Norway around whether children in a forest school or having an outdoor playground that was a forest or a normal structured outdoor playground, which one of these two groups actually engaged in more independent play, more risk-based play. And what they found is that in terms of risk, one of the biggest factors was the adults, the emotional environment that the adults created for engaging in play that tested boundaries. This tells us that the emotional environment, the way that we express to our children whether what they're doing is good or not, is super important. I know often we think of risky play as a child doing something really scary, like climbing a really tall tree, and the parent being way back on the sidelines, gritting their teeth. I think we've kind of missed the point when we think about it like that, especially for little kids. This trust relationship, this allowing your child to be their own person, to try out new things, is a gentle and subtle dance that we can practice from the time our children start standing up. It's this gentle dance of staying close when they try to climb a ladder for the first time, stepping back a little bit, reminding them that they're there, and then eventually giving them that space and that confidence within themselves that you trust them, that they can do it by themselves. The last point that we're going into around risky play is rough and tumble play. How do we do rough and tumble play in a way that is actually good for our children, that creates a good emotional space and doesn't just leave them riled up and crying? That is next week's video. So don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you will get next week's video, where we are diving deep into rough and tumble play, ways we can incorporate it with little children, ways that we teach our children body safety and emotional regulation within this amazing way of playing. Don't forget to grab my free indoor movement spaces guide, which is linked in the description box below, as well as all the references from some of the research that we've cited here today. I'll see you in the next video.